I'm just gonna speed fish and cast to what looks good. Like every time I see a good looking tree, I'm gonna cast to it. Trying to get it up in those nooks and crannies where you think a big old girl would be hiding. I feel like the two ways to catch a big one right now would be flipping or throwing a swim bait. And I'm either gonna flip or throw a swim bait. That's what I'm gonna do. Big, giant, like 8 pounds. I'm gonna boat flip it. Boom, baby!
Oh my
God, yes! Woo! Are we rolling? Yeah, buddy, we're rolling. I literally just said I think a good way to get a big one is flipping. God, yes! It's a 6.5. Just boat flipped a 6.5, guys. Gambler burner craw. We've been out here for the last like 6 hours struggling. The biggest fish to this point is like 1.5 pounds maybe. Oh my God. I just swung that fish, 20-pound fluoro. 7.4 extra heavy, Phenix M1. Look at that dandy. 3/8 ounce jig. I just switched from a half to a 3/8. Oh, I hope we figured something out. That's a big one.
Yeah, I'll take a picture.
Look at that one, babe. We're gonna get her in the well and get some pics. She's so fat. Give me some. So guys, that big fish you guys just watched me catch, I caught it right next to this bush, I believe. I don't know, it happened really fast. I was hyped, but I believe it was somewhere around this bush. And this time of the year, the water's like, as you can see right there, it's 65 degrees. These fish are pushing up to spawn. And as you can tell with that fish, it was fat pre-spawn, and she was either on a bed up here or she was looking to get on a bed in one of these little coves that we're next to. I have a feeling she was on a bed somewhere in here, but she ate that 3/8 ounce jig. And what's really interesting about that jig is I literally just switched to this 3/8 ounce. I'd been throwing a half all day and I had not had a bite on a jig, but I just had a feeling that I would, you know, catch them flipping the bank. I've caught a couple on bed, smaller fish. Just based on what I've seen, I have a feeling a lot of these fish are up on the bank. And so I started throwing that 1/2 ounce around these bushes or back here around these trees, and I was catching a lot of like mucky stuff off the bottom, maybe rotten old leaves and branches and stuff. And so when that happens and when the fish are up spawning, I like a lighter jig. It falls slower. That gambler, oh, I can't even think of the name of it. Wow, it's on the top of my tongue. Burner craw, that gambler burner craw on there, it slows the fall down. Not only does it have a lot of action, but it slows the fall down when it's going down. And so that allows those fish more time to see it, go over to it, hone in on it, and eat it. And so I think that was key to catching that really big fish. We're gonna put her on the scale here real quick and then get a release for you guys. But happy to share it with you. All right, so Michaela guessed 643, and I guessed 654. It'll probably be like a 5, but we're gonna weigh her and see what she weighs here. She's mean. We're gonna get her out of the well. She's all recouped, hooked her good. Oh, look at that big old fish.
It's big.
All right.
It's definitely big.
Scale is zeroed. Get her on the scale here. What is she? Oh, you were closer. She's a 621. Sweet. All right, guys, we're gonna get this big girl back. We got some pics. I explained to you where I caught her and what I was doing, what I caught her on. I am hyped. That's a big fish. That's the biggest one I've caught in a while. We're gonna get her back and see if we can't catch another one. Look at that big old behemoth. There she goes, back to her bed, I think. Whoa, She like tail walked. That was so cool.